We're going to Treasure Island. Oh my. I have driven through this Treasure Island exit a lot over the years, and I never once bothered to stop to exit to see what it's all about. So this time, because of a GPS mistake, I had to go through Treasure Island to make a U-turn. So I figured I'd bust out the GoPro, stick it up top, and do a little bit of a drive-through. Here's what Treasure Island is about, according to Wikipedia. Treasure Island is an artificial island in the San Francisco Bay and a neighborhood in the city and county of San Francisco. It was built back in 1936 to 1937 for the 1939 Golden Gate International Exposition. The island's World Fair site is a California historical landmark. Buildings there have been listed on the National Register of Historic Places and the historic Naval Station Treasure Island, an auxiliary air facility for airships, blimps, dirigibles, planes, and seaplanes, are designated in the Geographic Names Information System. A little bit of a history. Prior to the island's construction by the U.S. government, Yerba Buena shoals were a shipping hazard. The 400-acre island was constructed by emplacing 287,000 short tons of quarried rock in the shoals for the island causeway perimeter rock walls. Approximately 23 feet of dredged bay sand filled into planting 4,000 trees, 70,000 shrubs, and 700,000 flowering plants. Facility construction had begun by March 4, 1937, when 39, the quote, Magic City opened with a walled city of several fairground courts, a central court of honor, a court of the east, a port of trade winds on the south, and on the north, a court of Pacifica, a 12,000 car parking lot. And the adjacent national building, the $1.5 million federal building, the Hall of Western States, the 800,000 administration building, various exhibit halls for industries, and two 335 by 78 foot hangars planned for post-expedition use by Pan Am flying boats. In addition to Building 2 and Building 3, remaining exposition buildings include Building 1, intended after the Expo as the Pan American World Airways Terminal. The Expo's Magic Carpet Great Lawn also remains. As a military base, Treasure Island was originally intended to become a second airport for San Francisco, augmenting the existing San Francisco Municipal Airport, now SFO. But with war looming, the Navy moved in. Naval Station Treasure Island began under a 1941 war lease as a U.S. Navy Reception Center. On April 17, 1942, the U.S. Navy cut short an ownership dispute with the city by seizing the island. The Navy eventually compensated the city with $10 million in improvements to the existing airport, including reclaiming 93 acres of land and post-war ownership of all military improvements. Treasure Island in use as film stages and settings. From the late 1980s, Treasure Island's old aircraft Hangar 2 and Hangar 3 served as sound stages for filmmaking and TV, such as The Matrix, for the bullet time visual effect, Rent, and The Pursuit of Happiness. Treasure Island was a film setting of the 1939 Charlie Chan at Treasure Island, 1989 Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade for the Berlin airport scene, and 1995 Copycat as the private compound, 1997 for Flubber, 1998 What Dreams May Come, 1998 for Patch Adams, 1998 The Parent Trap, and 1999 Bicentennial Man. An establishing shot of 1954, the Caine Mutiny shows the main gate and administrating building 1 to indicate the location of the fictitious court martial. For 3 years, Treasure and Nash bridges were located on the island during the show's production from 1996 to 2001. The island was featured as the base of operations for the prototypers in the 2008 on Treasure Island served as film settings for NBC series titled Trauma. In 2018, the Treasure Island Museum building served as mental hospital setting for the Netflix series titled The OA. Mythbusters also regularly shot footage of their various experiments on the island.
Driving through this area, I was surprised by how old and dilapidated the residential area looks like. It just seems like it needs an uplift or a new remodel or just some new developments to come in to bring the whole place up. I actually didn't know that people lived here. On the good news side is that driving in and out of this area is just along the way, just to show you how good the view could look from the angle of Treasure Island, looking back in SF and looking back at the bridges in San Francisco. I heard in the news that they may be doing some new developments, and I do see a lot of construction happening, so there's looking forward to maybe a real treasure being built here to live up to its name. Well, that was pretty much it for the drive. Now we're just driving back out and back in through the city.